Hello everyone, it is I, the Man Pendalorian, and today we are playing Tavern Talk. We are in the next episode, Chapter 16, The Pen and the Sword. A lot has happened previously. We got in a fight with Fable. Apparently Melina is alive. We're still recovering from the flood, but it was still kind of a big impact on everyone in the town. But let's go ahead and continue. I'm ready to know more. I kind of hope that we make things up with Fable. Oh, hey, he's looking better now. Hello, brave adventurer. Welcome back to my tavern. Hello, innkeeper. Thank you dearly for your hospitality the other day. Not being alone after all that happened. It really helped. I'm glad to hear that. How are you doing? These past few days have been quite eventful. I'm alright. I think. I'm just trying to keep myself busy so I don't have time to think about the thing that happened. Understandable. Losing a loved one is always tough and healing takes a lot longer than you expect. I fear you might be right. Are you perhaps speaking from experience? I've been doing this job long enough to witness countless adventurers passing through my tavern. Some of them return, some don't. But they always leave someone behind, mourning. I see. Is it getting any easier? Yes it does, eventually. No, never. Yes it does. I want to be optimistic. That's good to hear. Then not everything is hopeless. Distraction is always a good approach, though. I think I know what you mean. I've been writing a lot the last 2 days. I want to hold on to every memory I've made along the way, and especially to Theo's last moments. I thought going on an adventure would be like books I read as a kid. But it's not even remotely similar. Reality is always harsher than the stories portray. I'm sorry, Archie. It's alright. Thank you for your sympathy, but I'll manage. Actually, I've been thinking about switching careers. I think I might be better off at home, just dreaming of these adventures. And writing them down. With happy endings and all. I'd like to note that the others mentioned how much they love listening to your stories. And so did Theo. Maybe I should take Rhea's advice and really continue my life the way Theo would have wanted for me. It's the safer route for sure, and if it's what you want, then why shouldn't you? On another note, how about a drink to wind down a little? Sure, why not? Any specific wishes? Surprise me with something that'll keep me focused on writing. Something to ward off distracting thoughts. Nothing easier than that. He wants a sparkling nebula. Never mind. I was gonna make a bet. I was gonna make a bet in the comment section, but you know what? I already lost that bet. Can I bet him? There you go. Daily pets for Ondu. Frosted Lagoon. There we go. A drink for the upcoming best-selling author. Very sweet of you. Thank you very much. Oh, this taste is absolutely delightful. I can already feel the words aligning, impatiently waiting to be written down. Don't mention it. I'm always happy to help. Speaking of which, have you been, by any chance, heard of Melina, the famous detective? As it happens, I have. You get to know quite a lot of people when you run a tavern, you know. Have you seen her recently? Sadly, not in a while, no. I last saw her at least a week ago, if not 2. How curious that you also know her. Meeting such a well-known detective is a fantastic source of inspiration and exciting stories. I've heard stories of her solving the keys to the lost familiars in Zoford. Yes, she solved the case alongside her trusty assistant. Ah, how inspiring. I'd love to tell her tale someday. Maybe I'll combine it with some of the rumors I've heard about this one mysterious place in the southwest of Pessoa. Oh, which one that might be? It's a wizard tower, a magical place full of puzzles, mysteries, and magic. I've heard tales of it harboring hundreds of books containing lost and forbidden knowledge. But that's not all. There are treasures of unfathomable value and magical trinkets as well. What an exciting thought for a young detective to stumble upon a place like that. Definitely a story I'd read. Promise to send me a copy, please. Oh, but of course. I'll deliver it to you myself. You know, even if we might be a few years apart, seeing her reminded me of my own childhood. Sure, the circumstances are completely different, and I was never allowed to wander off by myself. But she seemed a little lonely, just like me back then. Always looking for my own adventures, though she found them in the real world, while I relied on books. But I'm glad she found an assistant to keep her company. The life of a detective can certainly be a lonely one. I mean, I also had Theo to keep me company, but... Oh man, don't think about that. It doesn't matter anymore, does it? I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but... Well, Melly has been missing since the Twilight Flood. No! Tell me you're joking! Sadly not. I'm sorry. No, that can't be. No, that can't be. I really hope nothing bad happened to her. She's so young, so small. What if she also Now, there's no need to panic just yet. Easy for you to say, isn't it? Your friend didn't die in your arms. You didn't have to witness his life fade from his eyes. Why is everyone giving me shade today? Don't jump to conclusions, Archie. There are no clues indicating what happened to Melina. We shouldn't expect the worst. She might be small, but she's tough. Trust me. Oh, you're right. Sorry. Let's hope for the best. I couldn't bear writing another tragedy. Oh boy. Oh yeah, his parents are alive, by the way. They didn't die from a fire. Kumo, it's great to see... I've solved it. Solved what? My parent problem. I've solved it. And how did you do that? It's simple. I'm here to ask you to write up and hand out a quest for me. A quest to find them and to kill them. Oh my... Usually it's the bad guy that kind of, makes the protagonist an orphan, but then it's like, he's kind of doing the reverse. Sorry, did you say kill them? Yes. Why do you want to kill your parents? Isn't it obvious? I can't say it is. Death is what set me on the bleak path that is my life. It led me towards my destiny, my purpose. Which would be stealing, revenge, edginess, darkness. Of course. Now that they're back, it's messing up my aesthetic purpose. Right. So I must take destiny back into my own hands. Why not talk this through instead? Right? Instead of committing a crime. Talking doesn't solve anything. Might make you feel a little better and less murderous. No. I must embrace who I am, and for that, they must die. So please, a quest. Have it done. Quickly. As you wish, I'll set it up for you. Thank you. I shall leave you to it. Before you go, how about a drink for the road? Maybe one that'll have you talking about something other than killing your parents? Yes, I shouldn't allow them a warning, so I must be deceitful about my feelings. I'm trying to contain myself, but I have never heard anyone casually talking about this. I'll see what I can do for you. Okay, so we are serving a murderer. I guess I can understand the rage, but geez Louise, wouldn't you want closure? Man, this guy's been through a lot. I mean, do we have like shots? Do we have like shots of strength or something? I don't know. We can only serve these cool looking drinks in cute looking cups. Maybe this will help your heart a little. It feels nice, really warm, like a hug. Do you need a hug, Kumo? I need to go. Stay safe out there. Sure. And Kumo? Yes. Have you talked to Fable? Yesterday, yes. They left to find Melly. I see. Good luck with your parents. I don't need luck. I need vengeance.
Max, what do you want for dinner?
Justice.
Does he? Does he need help? Do you want to help them kill their parents? Pardon me? No, of course not. I meant psychological help. They don't look like they're doing too well, if I might say. He's always quite broody and mysterious, but their parents being alive really threw them off track. You wouldn't think that's a bad thing, really. And now they want to kill them just because it doesn't fit the backstory they came up with. Is this some fourth wall breaking? This is the possibility for a happy ending to an otherwise dark story. Please don't tell me you're actually going to set up a quest to assassinate them. I am, but a mere innkeeper to this tavern. I'm just following Kumo's wishes. I would have expected you to have a little more backbone, or more standards, so to speak. Especially after everything that's happened and the advice you gave me. What about the people Kumo's actions would leave behind grieving and mourning? Those were your words, right? I try to stop him. But I don't think I can get them to talk with their parents right now. You heard them. And that's exactly why there's still hope. Wait, I don't think I understand. Kumo won't take on the quest himself. So there'll be someone else that can talk to his parents. That sounds like a really questionable plan, if I may so. It'll work out, I'm sure of it. Most likely it won't be a very difficult quest, especially not if you know your way with words. As a nobleman, like you would, for example. Oh! Well, I'm still certain this isn't a quest for me, even though I could probably do it. What if the situation actually escalates into violence? I don't know if I can handle that very well. No pressure. I just wanted to make an offer. Do you want a different quest then? Weren't you listening? I don't think I want it to be an adventurer anymore. Hearing Kumo just now has amplified my doubts. I never want to have to kill anyone. Being a murderer is not how I envision my life to be. Of course not. But I also don't know if in what direction my life is headed from now on. My heart is still so full of grief. This might only be a tale, but there's this place of infinite knowledge. Oh? Are you by any chance talking about the subterranean caves on the plane of Ur? I've read so many stories about them. A hidden yet wondrous place. Though I really doubt a guy immortal like me could ever even walk there. But I've heard you can get through the Twilight Chasm. Innkeeper, do you think that's true? That there's a portal of Yurt 2 years somewhere in the Twilight Chasm. Well, maybe. This world is full of wonders, after all. And since the Twilight Realm arose from your dreams, I'd say it isn't completely unlikely. Just thinking about the caves make my heart beat faster and my fingertips itch. Maybe I should write a little story about them. Time to write down some keywords, or I might lose my ideas. You know, I don't think you need to lead you. Your heart already knows what you wanted to do. Huh? Do you really think so? Yes, it's quite obvious, actually. How about you go write down those keywords now? This might already be an upcoming bestseller. Oh, you really are a sweet talker, aren't you? Thank you for your advice. Goodbye, innkeeper. Until next time, Archie. Oh gosh, everyone's gonna hate me today. We're already at that sequence where I'm destroying trust. Oh, Sarah Lynn, just exactly who I wanted to see. Good evening, Sarah Lynn. Evening. Has boredom already caught up with you again? It's always on my trail. Guessing this quest is still free? Not for much longer, it seems. Haven't had enough of the undead yet? I've had enough of losing to them. I want a rematch. There's no rematch for what happened. I know, but I won't let anyone else lose more people to them. I thought you'd be looking for Melly instead. Can't say I'm not worried about the little gal. But Fable is already on it. I trust them. And I trust Melly too. To come back, I mean. She promised me we'd see each other again soon. I'm learning to believe in people's words. You should too. I do, but trust is a scary thing. Words are empty, actions are loud. I do, but trust is a scary thing. Everything's scary if Fable's to be believed. Might as well pick the fun horrors to commit to. Like the undead? Exactly. I also got to check up on my cousin. Those undead snails are sounding a lot more concerning right now. At least they're even slower than the regular undead. Very common. Thanks. Want to take Archie along again? He might be the calming presence you're seeking. Under no circumstances, no. What if you get bored? He has a very good story to tell. Shut up. How would we ever talk about what drink you want then? I'm on everyone's case today. Why am I... Oh. Scully, it's been a while. Well, during me dearest, my dearest acquaintances. Innkeeper, Dame Serlin, you both look radiant today. What are we radiating? I shouldn't say, as it would be too rude. How polite of you. How are you doing, Scully? Just wonderful. Yesterday, I had the most delightful tea party with Sir Alphonse and Lady Frostgrip. Alphonse and I were able to learn so much about the times we missed thanks to the young blacksmith's prodigy. This world truly is exciting and a beautiful one. And by tomorrow, the vampire will have forgotten all about it. But that merely means he'll get to remember me again. How marvelous. The endless pursuit of learning is a wonder in of itself. Speaking of learning, if you'll allow me, I'd like to learn how you're doing on this fine day of ours, Dame, is it Dame or Dame? James, Errolyn, you do look like a spin. I would hate to be intruding on your space. Just exhausted by all these people and their constant talking. You're good though. Ain't your fault. I understand. The social aspects of life can be exhausting as they come with so many roles and obstacles one must traverse. But through this overwhelming obstacle course of mortal interactions, we can find many magnificent treasures. And all of them make these efforts worthwhile. Like quests. I was thinking about friends, but quests too. Are you heading out on one? Yeah. What's its cause? An unusual amount of undead creatures are haunting Fasoa lately, especially near the Pale Woods. Sarah is going to check in on that. An undead gathering in the Pale Woods? But why so? Is there a convention, perhaps? No, it sounds more like the violent type of crowd. Unfortunate. It does seem that this sentiment is common among my compatriots. Sense and sensibilities are often lost when you are ripped from the afterlife without your soul attached to your body. You don't have a soul? You got a lot of personality for that to be true. That is very kind for you to say, but I'm afraid I'm a mere fragment of my former self. Just minus the skin. Maybe you'll find your way back to yourself one day. An opportunity to find a new self then. What a sweet promise. Still, it is strange to have everything you once were forgotten. How can you be forgotten when you're here? We still remember you as you are now, as I'm sure people did for your former self. I hope I shall grow into a pleasant memory then, as well as a pleasant presence. You already are. That makes my non-presence all very happy to hear. Dummish, Sarah, would you mind me tagging along on your quest? It sounds like a haven of fascinating research, and I have not been able to indulge in that pastime for a long while. Sure, come along. A skeleton should be a great help in wiping out a bunch of undead. Wiping out? By no means should that be our approach. We should study them, or better yet, strike up a civilized conversation. With enough charisma, I'm certain we can remind them of their mortal consciousness. Don't be ridiculous. It'll rip us apart. We could simply ask the innkeeper for some additional defense in case you need some initial convincing. I could even offer you some frost armor to go along with it. A few frozen pine cones here and there, you'll have a little more of a buffer if your words don't take hold. Excellent idea. Or do we just fight them, smashing their bones together until they stop moving? No offense, Scully. None taken, though I believe the clever approach would be to rely on speed. Unwaking undead are rather slow, so we should embrace this possibility advantage. Dexterity then. And defense. You're right on track with that one. May I suggest adding some of the Morganite Lotus Flowers to this combination? Much like Citron, it will bless your weapon strikes and lend you some of the power of the Great Dragons. The undead are incredibly vulnerable to holy attacks. Indeed, we are. The power of the dragons is difficult to harness. I'm impressed by your capabilities, Innkeeper. I think your delight should be aimed towards the magical ingredients. To dilute them in such a way is quite a skill in itself, as is choosing our approach to this. We should leave this up to him, correct? Yeah, you figured it out, Innkeep. Some additional defense is a given, but what should we focus on? Charisma or dexterity? And don't forget about those wondrous infusions of yours. I would never. Oh gosh, yet another difficult decision. I don't know, they did tear up Theo. They absolutely messed him up to the point where he's dead. I would like to think that not all of these souls or bodies are fully lost. If you can save even one of them, it'll be worth it. I shouldn't agree more. Thank you for your faith in us, Innkeeper. Ugh, I guess I'll give them a chance, but if they start gnawing on your bones, I won't hold back. I'm counting on it. Come on, let's make some new friends. Enjoy your travels, your conversations, and your battles. Gosh, that took forever to figure that out. Alrighty, a new class. Are we doing the tower one? Because there is the tower. Yeah, the tower. And then we're doing one for the parents, right? That's funny. Rogue's parents, and then... Okay, I was about to say, because the flood did make the move there. Alrighty. Jeez Louise. Is that it for today? Wow. That was relatively short. I think so anyways. And we call that for the night. Alrighty, that will lead us to chapter 16, right? We'll go ahead and proceed with this next chapter another time. Thank you all for watching. I do appreciate everyone who has kept up with the series so far. Again, if you guys are enjoying this, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.